have a problem. Basically, it all started a couple of days ago when I watched The Rise of Skywalker, and I already did my emotional reaction / review to that movie, but I kind of couldn't stop thinking about it. And to make matters worse, the book that I was reading at the time, which was really good and a distraction, I finished that really quickly too. So suddenly I had two texts that made me feel emotional and nothing to distract me from them. And I kept thinking about them and I was kind of obsessed with them and kind of sad. And then I got into what is known as a book / movie hangover. So basically this video is me talking about how to get out of that book / movie / TV show hangover, basically where you can't stop thinking about it and you're kind of obsessed and it's kind of a problem and it's kind of hindering your emotional well-being and it's kind of stopping you from being as productive as you should be. So yeah, let's begin. Basically in my head, I kind of conflate the whole hangover thing with ruminating. And if you don't already know, ruminating is when you keep on thinking about negative thoughts over and over, and maybe you thinking about the text isn't necessarily negative. Maybe it brings you joy and you're just so obsessed with it. But I'm just gonna say that it's ruminating anyway. So the first tip is to distract yourself, which I know sounds really unoriginal and basic, but hear me out, okay? So basically after The Rise of Skywalker and after this book that I read called Top Secret, which is really good, I gave it 5 stars, basically I kind of felt empty inside, but I was still really energized and just running on the excitement of the stories. And I thought personally the best way for me to distract myself and use all of my energy from those stories in a productive way was to do something creative. For me personally, I like writing, and I think that being inspired to write great stories from other texts really helps you write a heap. However, if you're not a writer, there's still heaps of things that you can do to distract yourself that are creative, because I really think that being creative is the way to go. Another obvious way to distract yourself, which I still think is very effective, is to find another text and distract yourself with another text. And one of the ways I did this was I read something that I had already read before. So I reread a book because it's familiar and you know that it's going to be good, so you won't be let down. Also, since it's familiar, it's an easy read and you can just let yourself be entertained. I just think that rereading is both easy and a good way to start getting you back into reading more books. So one of the tips for managing ruminating is to allocate a specific time to ruminate. So we're going to apply this to the whole obsessing with a book / movie / TV show thing, and you have to allocate a time to indulge yourself in fulfilling your obsession, if that makes sense. Because if you just spend all day watching The Rise of Skywalker theory videos and review videos and reaction videos, it's no. You could say, I'm going to watch this documentary about Rian Johnson making The Last Jedi, but I will only do it after I've crossed everything off my to-do list. In this way, you're having fun because you're indulging yourself and you're craving for that story, but at the same time, you're making sure that you're being productive, and yeah, it's a good strategy, I think. I do think that you can indulge in your craving once in a while, but if you do it too often, it kind of exacerbates your obsession and makes it last longer. I hope these tips were somewhat helpful if you're suffering the same dilemma I am. And I'm slowly trying to not think about the last Star Wars movie either, because, you know, I've already made 2 videos on this channel about Star Wars and I don't want people to think that I'm obsessed about Star Wars, even though I mean I kind of am, but like only a little bit, I swear. If you enjoyed this video, let me know. Tell me down in the comments what you think about what I said today. And if you want to see more videos about books, writing, stories, any of that, then consider subscribing to my channel. I'll see you in my next video. Bye.